Welcome back to 630. I'm joined now by Alyssa Bohenick, who spent some time outdoors this month learning about a business that's celebrating a milestone this year.
That's right. 80 years ago, a local gardening shop here opened their doors and began selling plants to customers. And I got to hear some really touching stories about how they've just grown over those 80 years.
So Naperville is known for a lot of businesses that have been in town for a while. So what makes this garden shop so special?
This place in particular has been handed down and maintained as a family business. So they've gone from generation to generation. And I think from the story, they'll really see that can really make a difference.
Very nice. Let's find out where you went.
The Growing Place has become a second home for generations of gardeners. With over 800 varieties of plants, the center has come a long way since they first took root in 1936 as Emma's Perennials, one of the few shops in the area that propagated and planted perennials directly into the ground.
I started very young pulling weeds, and my sisters and I pulled weeds, and my grandfather gave us coins, and we would go off to the beach in the afternoon, but would pull weeds in the morning. And then I helped him collect boxes from the local liquor stores and grocery stores. If somebody wanted to buy something, you had to dig it out of the ground and stick it in a cardboard box.
Emma and Fritz Glatzoffer passed down the love of gardening to their nephew Rich Massett and his wife Carol, who've made it their business to continue the family tradition.
So in 1973, we came down here from Wisconsin. Rich's aunt helped him learn plants. He and her worked together. Rich had another job, and the two of them would work together, and he learned all the plant names with German accents because she was German.
Rich and Carol continued to raise perennials solely from the ground until they realized they couldn't satisfy the needs of the community. So in 1976, they renamed the shop The Growing Place and began the installation of greenhouses and beds, selling potted perennials, annuals, and shrubbery over their 4 acres of property.
People could then take what they wanted and leave and ask a few questions, but then it wasn't so time-consuming as well. But the bottom line is we could get to more people.
But even that wasn't enough to keep up with the demand. So in 1989, they bought 18 acres of land in Aurora, opening a second location. And as their business grew, so did their family, as their son and daughter lent a helping hand throughout the years.
They always used to bring us here to work or sort of work or play. It was kind of always an adventure every time we came to work.
Those adventures became full-time jobs and eventually more, as their parents planned to follow tradition and hand down the family business.
20% of the Growing Place's 80th year is something I've been contributing to. I feel really happy about that.
I think it's a great thing that they're in, that they're enthusiastic, and it then gives them a jumping point. And, what Carol and I have done, we can only imagine that possibly they could do even more.
But they weren't the only ones sticking beside the business. Longtime employees have turned into much more for Rich and Carol.
One of the things that makes us really grateful is the employees. We've had multiple employees that have stayed for 20 plus years. I think our staff feels like we're a family.
33 years, so I've been here a long time. Started when I was just basically out of high school.
Some have even had their own family blossom at the Growing Place.
We met here basically our first year that we both started working here. She managed the perennial department, and I started out with the tree and shrub department. And from there I had 3 kids, and so I met my wife here, so that's one good thing.
Yeah.
It's just great being a part of a family business.
But it isn't just family coming back over their time.
Over the 43 years we've been doing this, our customers have grown up with us too. We have customers that would come in every spring and they'd say, well, what did you do this winter? How did you make a change? And they were so excited to come in that first week of April to see what had changed.
Those changes included everything from the introduction of pumpkin festivals to the transportation and installation of an old farmhouse to their Aurora location. Many adventures that keep this garden shop growing.
Passes really fast. it's hard to
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, it does.
You know, our kids are in the business, and we have 2 locations and all that, and it happens. I guess it happens at a steady pace, but when you look back, it's like, where'd all the years go? You know, because here we are.
It's an amazing thought that it could have lasted. Even for the 43 years that we've had it, it's a long time. We want the customers to be successful. And I think that's maybe part of our success is that we've been able to do that.
I'm Melissa Bohenick for 630.